To use Quizizz, the first thing you're going to do is go to the website and log in. I created mine with Google, so I'm going to log in with Google. Alright, so this is the home screen you get once you log in. All of these things, these are the classes that I teach, so ones with stars are classes that I'm teaching this year, so they are showing me some quizzes that are already created with those attachments to them. If I want to look at one of those, I can. Let's say I look at the systems of linear equations one. It says it has 21 questions. And you can see the questions and the answer choices. And if you look over on the right, you see this. That's how long the students have to answer. So looks like they have all of them, a lot of them that take a longer time at 900 seconds. And then 180 seconds for some other ones. And then even 30 seconds. You can, to use your quizzes, you can assign it as homework. And you can say when it has to be done by. And let's say we click on host game. I can give them this code and this web address to go to and punch in this code, and that will take them to this quiz that they will need to go and do. I'm going to click on that. If I decide that I'm done with it, I click in game and it'll be over, and deadline will be over. I'm going to click on view quiz. This is what the kids will see. These same questions. I can also do it live. Say I'm doing an N class as a class. So there are 3 different modes you can pick. You can pick team mode, where the students answer at their own pace, but scores are grouped by team if you're doing teams. Classic, it's an individual score that the students will get, and they can answer at their own pace. And then test mode, that's if you really want them to be trying to get some assessment data. That's the one you would use for that. You also have these advanced settings here. How many attempts the students get. You have 1, unlimited, all the way up to 5. Do you want it to show the answers after the students choose their answer? You can click yes. You can click on validate only. Only you'll tell them if it's right or wrong, or you can turn it off. Do you want them to show the answers after they finish? You can have that off, on, or have them only show the questions. You can decide, do you want a timer up there? Do you want the questions to shuffle? Do you want to shuffle the answer options? All good things so that students aren't copying off of each other. Those are great things to click on. If I click the host game button, it's kind of like Kahoot. Students will go to joinmyquiz.com. We'll type in this 6-digit code. We gotta wait for at least one participant to start it. I'm gonna click in game because we're not actually gonna work through it. There's also practice. So this is what it would look like from the student's point of view if they were doing it. So it says find the solution to this system of equations. I believe this answer is -2, 5. I'm going to click on that. Oh nope, it was 2, 5. So it told me what the right answer was, and that mine was wrong. So as when graphing inequality, use a dotted line when you use which symbol. So if you look at the top here, this bar is counting down how much time I have left. So this is the answer. I'm going to click on it, and it goes green because I got it correct. You can skip through those things by clicking the right arrow button. Alright, this one. What is the answer? Looks like you have time is moving real slow because it's going to take a little bit of time for the students to work out. Me looking at it right now, I believe the answer is 0.5. Just by looking at it, that was correct. Let's see if we, ooh, I was just guessing on that one. Let's see if we can find one that moves a lot quicker. Because which point is a solution? So it looks like we have a systems of linear inequalities. You have the shading of this line and shading of this line, and the part where they overlap their shading, we have this crosshatch is where your solution would be. So we'd be looking for a point in that section. So 1, 0 is right here. That's a point would work. -4, 3 is not in the double shaded region. 0, 6 is not because that is a dashed line, so it doesn't count. And -3, 4, that's where they intersect, but that doesn't count because that's a dashed line. So 0, 6 is the only one that would work. So I didn't mean 0, 6, I meant 1, 0. Alright, I want to get out of here. So I'm going to click on pause. Actually, I think I can just click off of it. I'm going to click on the X and get out of there. If I want to create my own quiz, over here on the underneath my profile, I can click on create a new quiz. I can name it whatever I want. I'm going to say Unit 1 Review. Which one would it be a relevant class to? I'm going to click Algebra 1. I'm going to click Next. And then I get to create a new question. You click on this purple button here. You can choose single answer or multi-select. If there's more than one correct answer, you're going to click on multi-select. If there's just one correct answer, you're going to click on single answer. If you need to upload an image or some audio, you can click on media. You can even record your own audio here. What's also nice about this is it has this function here to add math equations. Everything doesn't always have this nice ability to add equations, so it's nice that Quizizz offers this to us. So I could type in, let's say I want to say evaluate the function. Oh, I actually just want to let's put the function in. F of x equals x squared minus 7. I'm going to insert that. If I want to, this is what it would look like on their screen. I want to put some directions in there. Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. So I want to go in front of my function and say evaluate f of x equals x squared minus 7, and then I'm going to go on the other side when x is equal to, let's say, -3. So the correct answer is going to be 2, and I'm going to put a check next to that one because that's the correct answer. -16 is a common answer that is incorrect. -10, and let's say -16. So I have 4 different choices they can pick from. I can pick how much time I want to give them to answer this. This one's fairly easy, so I want to make sure they have enough time to plug it in and write it down. So I think 30 seconds is plenty of time. Maybe even 20 would be plenty. Then I'm going to save it. And now here's my question. And then I just keep adding questions. If I want to duplicate it, I can click on duplicate. Now I have a question that's very similar. And I would probably just see if I want to have a couple of the same questions, I could easily go in and change what my equation is. and then I can save it. So it's the same type of question, just has different equation. I can change what my x value is that I want them to plug in. Let's say I want to say plug in 0. And now I need to change my answers. I don't want option 1 to be the correct answer. So the correct answer is -4. So I'm going to type in some other numbers. I'm going to uncheck that. Type in -4. That is correct. And then if I was creating this, I'm going to make sure I went through and I put in options that are the most common mistakes the students would make, the answers they would get from those. This is what they'll see on their page. And I can click save, and then you just keep adding questions. Once you have added everything you want to add, you can click on, oh, I need to do all of these things. I need to finish my quiz. I can add a title image if I want. Select my language, select what grades it would be from. So this would be 9th grade, 10th grade, kids that are in Algebra 1. And click Save. And you can always add however many questions you want. And then you can decide how you want to share it out. Is it going to be homework the students have to do? You can assign it as homework. You just want the students to practice. Maybe they're reviewing. Or if you want to do it in class as a review, you would click on live and they'll be doing it with you at that time. You can always come up here to click on find a quiz if you don't have time to create your own, or if you just want to see what's out there. Let's say I just did a unit on functions, so I'm going to click on functions to see if they have anything. Here's one right here. I was going to click on this first one to see what it has. So this one had 20 questions. I can see all of the questions that they have and the different choices. If I like this, what I can do is I can click on edit, and then it's going to duplicate it and create one for myself under my name. And then if I like what I see, if I don't like it, I can just delete the question altogether. If I want to go in and edit it, maybe I don't like one of these answer choices, I can change it. Or I don't like the wording of the question, I can also change it and then click save. And if I wanted to add on to it, if I want to add my own questions, I can click on create a new question. Once I've done all that, I'll click on finish quiz. We'll name it, connect it to a class, and click save. And then that is something that I can share with the students. So in order to share it, I can click on these 3 circles that are connected. That's the share button. I can enter email addresses of people I want to share it with. These are a bunch of different teachers at my school that I could share it with. Other sharing options, if you click on here, I can share it on Twitter, I can share it on Facebook, or I can get a link that I can share. And so you just have to go in there, look through the types of quizzes that are already created, see if they have anything good that you might want to take parts of and use those, and then add to whatever you want. Or you can start from scratch and create your own quiz.